How you will lay a desire. Then I'd wear drag power. Basically, I get to get this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a quartet of my trade there, well, on it goes away. Alas, I will that you are not, we say you. Papa Mora, get you up when anywhere, Momba Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, c'est trop fort. Puis après, mais on va essayer de sauver des jours. À moi, ça y est. Bien. Nous, pas pour mon yao. Papa, n'y guitare. Petit, plateau fait sonner. Kaidaka. Ben na paya posa gogo mambo panjagu Apoblo akafoi Wa posa nyoka foi Pe afonte mo bandi yo prokle jukiyen Nyonjo si moi Posto tata tuyo pe atinyo di won Emo o Nesse tokan This one for COVID, where they have it. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. Post to a cat to your way, I think on the one. Emma, Nesetoka. Now, this one for COVID, where they have it. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, conquering your way, and your sound, Fabian. Hey, I do. Let's do what you just grab it to one. Are you over? Are you now? Taibo Bodaki, and Anna, we say you over. I want to yoke I need a boy. And yes, I'm going to find a good way. Am I gay? What I just be a gun and in the boy. Oh, ow. Taibo Bodaki, and Anna, we say you over. So la get from Popenyon, never boy. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, you a book just a word, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to a Jacob, let you know halfway. I just see how this is what I say. Taibo, yeah, you like right them one by. Why name on tele get by Potamu, Kanyanda. Planning Papa, Pinagasia, Baka Lage, the Puesipo, the PSC, the Tonya Sito, you know, Moania, there was a Bob, was a Dressio, Mango, Balibo, Dakiano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. But you are going to do it, so say. I just want to lay a bad one now from your see okay. Wait, Ivo, Saibo Boba. Engage the Bamblo, where John B. Bamblo. On the Kriana, walk like a bad day, they know. It was a was so the one you're naturally thankful to slay. Taibo Bodaki, and I will say you over. I'm done it. Where are you? To walk away. I know Russell, they play Russell. South Africa, under your fault, your way. Thank you for your walk there and my walk. I'm the Pope and Yaguba. Don't finish it, I say, oh, Pabonion. Say, back in West, we are coming. Taibo Bodaki, and I will say you over. Aba pepo swelulu, ninde swelu. Kwa munga lumanje dota siko bala. Kabo nyuwase. Pepo swelulu muluke. Say ya rease, maye ino. Gen mwande ye. Nyok mamble yo se mwande ya nao. Ariwo ase o, maye. Amo amora dao. Taibo Bodaki, and I will say you. I wish a rule of the maye. So, Saibo, 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 that young man now will take you there. Pop man down le Mary, read on your man, don't you? When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was the Yasu also won't when you. I'm original, I say.
Ouais, il a fait une chanson à Mobile Production, voilà. Et Mobile Production, c'est une structure qui est créée pour les jeunes qui sont dans le gaiement, les jeunes de l'Ouest et tout. Mobile Production est là pour produire les jeunes talentueux, cachés, que les gens ignorent. Donc notre devoir, c'est de produire des talents cachés. Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production, Abia dit au revoir. Amounia Gros, moi et toi Pierre. Moye, Pierre, moye, moye, Pierre, moye. A toi Pierre qui a volé, Pierre, moye. Ah, Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre se prononce. A toi Pierre qui a volé, a Corsia, moye, moye, Pierre, moye. Bossa, bossa, moye. Pierre dit mon verre, mangoye mo. A Pierre dit mon verre, mangoye mo. Eh Pierre we, Pierre we, Pierre we bebe. Ah, dit a verre, Pierre mo moye, moye. To Pierre moye. To Pierre moye. To Pierre dit a verre ba. La poje yo dit a verre. So no dunia emble. Mo bli amado bet ya play. Mon équipe a yonné, ma wadia qui va yonné, Dia, le bonnet n'a qu'à yoko. Si à vous tienne, des cailloues, caillon de code, c'est pas du pléa. Pierre, moyen, Pierre, moyen, Pierre, on garde, on y ça, moyen, tu blanc, on va payer un beau pas, ma paye blé, Pierre, Pierre, moyen, mon blé production. Au pied, mon blé production. À ça, au canon. Y'a un quel homme au côté. Pierre, moyen, Pierre, moyen, Pierre, Ericona, Pierre, moyen, ah, Chalicona, Pierre, moyen, ah, to Pierre, moyen. Ah, Erigo jato Piero Mare bomu jato Piero Erigo de bomu jato Piero Miomo daka Yo jale ko ye nyogo pa Opa bla ye de nyani ye ble brakije Dia o anade bro aja be atia Nyoro abade ke abudi ye Ono homono ne ka double ye Sobo somo soble so danyo Paseble asenyo na yeta esa ye dibo sanire To Piero Jawe ke To Piero Poinson weke To Piero Iwa mopa Kaya no enka sene la taya mo la osiane To Piero Dia baile papa ko Dia o To Piero moye Ah nuwa gba mo e Dibe ko gba mo e Ah o nuwa gba mo e Piero we Ah Piero nuwa gba mo e Piero we Piero moye, Piero moye. Kayo padewe, nebo kango. Kayo padewe, nebo kango. Ah, tidieji. Ah, tidieji. Ah, mara tidie me o. Ao. Upa karito kwelito wake. Asa o mane. Moye, Piero moye. Piero moye. Pierre Momoye, Esther Sonia Routier, Assel. Mama Sableye, Angela Wayne, et Bobo Pambouye, Angela Wayne, Nama Bobo Pambouye, Angela Wayne, Angela Dio, Majapa Keyo, Daria Dio. Moye, Angela Momoye, oh, Mama Bokebra, Mama Kebra, where you. Ah, je sais ma Jackie, je sais, maman, je sais, t'en es à qui. Hada Nicolas, Memotia, Mada Nicolas, t'en es à qui. Nicolas, le Toyamo, au Tuachi, n'a pas de moyen. Blanc, on l'a giri, Agia, Agia. Moyen, Pierre, moyen, 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 moyen. Pierre Momoye, moye, allez, moye,
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for joining us this evening. I hope I'm audible out there right now so that we'll be able to do the best we can here this evening. We want to thank all of you. Thank you. I just feel a little bit like I'm not too quite sure what the deal is here tonight. But anyway, thank you, folks, for joining us. We appreciate it. We say thank you. It's a wonderful Monday afternoon. And first thing first, we want to thank God, especially at this stage and this time. We want to thank God for another day, and we continue to pray for each other. These things are deadly. This disease is deadly. And according to what is happening now, they believe that the coronavirus is leveling up. I hope so, because it's just not too good. At least if it's leveling up on this side and then it pick up and back home, then we can gravitate towards that with help, whatever we can do. But you can't be protecting yourself and try to help back home. It's going to be difficult for the Liberian diaspora, and I feel for all of us. So anyway, the best thing we can do, let's stay safe until they decided that those who know, the medical practitioners, doctors, and policymakers, they think that it's time for us to go out there, then we can do so. Other than that, please stay home. Please stay home. It might not just be right now. It's going to take some time. I know it's good. People have gotten used to certain activities since being in this foreign land, and now people are saying, well, you're going to start all over. It's difficult, but just bear with us and bear with the situation. Let's pray for one another. Stay safe. Those of you that are in our community that have attracted this disease, contacted it, and so we ask that God will be with you. Do whatever you can to make sure your family members, those that are around you, are also safe. If you need to quarantine yourself, because I think what is happening in our community, I'm not too sure, but it seems like most people, even if I were, God forbid, anytime any of us get it, you don't want these kinds of stuff to be out there publicizing it. But in the meantime, you do what you can to protect your loved one. The young people among us, you can still go here and there, but be careful, because when you come back, what you're bringing back home might not be what you think. And there are people who might be infected, and they don't even know they have it. And you have a conversation with them, having close contact and what have you, shaking hand and what have you, you don't know they have it. Well, because perhaps their system can tolerate that. What's about you? What's about your system? You don't know that. None of us have gotten tested. And that's the most difficult one, because you don't know who has it. And because we all have not been tested to say, okay, I'm clear, or I have to take precaution because I think something X, Y, and Z. So these things are very, 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 very important. Be careful. Be careful out there. Safety, that's the safety tonight. Let's go with my show. Folks, what is happening in Liberia right now is not something to sneeze at. Our brothers and sisters are not doing what they're supposed to do. President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weir, right there. But to be honest with you, as much as sometimes when I come up here, I'm so enthusiastic about, I'm renouncing his name and how good he is and how much he wants. I'm a little bit dejected to say, I'll just give it to you as it is here tonight, because under his leadership, what is happening, I'm not too sure why. I'm lost. I can't find the words to describe why is it that under his leadership, everything that this young man, since he became president, every little decision he makes, they don't turn out to be good. For some reason, I don't know why, because I didn't expect that of him. Because all I thought, the fact that he was at the war stage and making decisions, when he was at war stage, you didn't hear or read or, anywhere that you read something to say, oh, he was a drunk, womanizer, and none of those kinds of behavior. Meaning, soccer player from back in the countryside go up into these European countries, they don't last long because they get themselves mixed up with everything. Every little piece that you were reading or that you have read, those days, they were all in praises of him. How much discipline he was, how much control he was, that he makes these decisions that are beyond his age, and now come to be president of the Republic of Liberia, where Liberians love him. They love him all over the world. People love him. And now he's president of the Republic of Liberia. I think the decision he's making that's supposed to benefit every one of us, for some reason they're not. I don't know why. And I'm not going to say X, Y, and Z. I don't want to speculate. But I'm not disappointed, but I'm a little bit, down. Let's put it that way. I feel bad. Because this disease that he's going to be, under his leadership, this disease that is coming to Liberia, that is already in Liberia, 56 confirmed cases according to them. And they don't have many test apparatus over there. So if they can say 56, and the mere fact that they don't have many testing going on, can you imagine if they have tests all over the counties, all over the countries? People being tested day in, day out. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what that number going to be? So, for me, it's the information, the simulation of information. It's lacking. It's not even weak. It's lacking. It's not there. It's not there. And that's the one that really, really concerned me. Why would he allow that to be the way it is? Okay? It came out just not even a month ago. We have the debacle of a selection of an election commissioner. It didn't turn out right. Now, immediately after that, he came out with this, how do you call it, life-saving decision, saving Liberians' life, which is wonderful, wonderful. But the implementation process of it is so confusing to those who are responsible to implement the process. It's so confusing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You would think that we have not had these kinds of experience before. We have Ebola. And Ebola eradication process was organized. Why is this one not organized? What is this? What is going on with these people that are supposed to be? Is it because they are young? I thought because they are young and their future is ahead of them, they will do everything possible to protect their future. So, but it seemed not to be the case. I really don't understand this. I really don't understand it. Anyway, that's Dr. Weir. I'm not going to play the other video tonight because I'm just not in the mood to do all of that. Let's go straight to my show here tonight. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Yeah, it is. Emergency declaration. Dr. Weir declared state of emergency. You know that. And in the last, I thought by me coming out here the other day and doing the reading and everything, I thought perhaps they were going to be able to formulate some sort of process. I thought they were ready, but they are not. They are not ready. Look at it. Look at the first day, the second day. They are not ready. They are not ready. These things are not in place. Nothing concrete is in place. Why would you have scout boys of Liberia to be part of the security apparatus to chase people and whooping people with cane? What you see in other countries, you think that's how it's supposed to be done in your country? I thought you guys came to power because you wanted to change situation. I thought you was a hope of change or change of hope, whatever you call it. And then look at what people are saying now. This doesn't bode well. I don't want to go strictly into politics here tonight, but this doesn't bode well. In fact, I would say if there was an election today, Honorable Dillon is guaranteed to whoop whoever CDC put it before. The CDC can bring Barack Obama and put Barack Obama against Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon going to whoop him because CDC policies from now as we see, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And I'm feeling real bad. I'm feeling real bad. Because just a few weeks ago, we saw a multitude of people, thousands and thousands of people. When they got called, they were at the stadium. But when the kinds of video I'm going to be showing you tonight, those were the same people now that are being affected by this state of an emergency. Which is a good thing. But those who were responsible to let Liberians know why the president is imposing state of emergency on his people, that is detrimental to their economy, that is detrimental to their way of life. And they don't understand it. And then to make things worse, you have people who somehow think this is 2003 war all over. Beating people. What happened here? Is it because we don't have ML anymore? Why are they behaving like that? I thought CDC and his people were above that already. I thought those of us that used to criticize, sedition, that's discipline. I thought they passed that stage. Or maybe those sedition that are disciplined are yet to come and fill the void in CDC government. And I hope this thing come and pass quickly so Dr. Weah can pivot and get rid of all these people that are not performing up to standard. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And then you have the stewards, the mouthpiece of this government or everywhere else that are here in the diaspora, continue to put their foot in your mouth. And then they call it defending the government. Who's hating the government? We're being truthful. Nobody is against this government. I don't believe that. Yeah, there are those who will come on these type of social platform and try to play politics and things like that. But not me. And not many of us will come out here, will continue to tell the truth. You might not like it. But in order for you to do well, because right now, with this kinds of stuff within the last 2-3 days, many of you are so ashamed of the way things are turning out in Liberia. Those of you that used to go out and fight hard are so ashamed. But however, you have backed yourself so much in a corner, you can't do nothing except to continue with this kinds of, I don't want to use the word. This is not the way it's supposed to be, folks. We have to do better. We have to do better. You have people, the police and the national police and the city police are fighting over jurisdiction. What is this? And the young people that are in the city police, the police director, and I was showing you, he seemed to be educated. He seemed to be somebody who has a command of the language. But because of the confusion, who in charge here? Is it somebody just in charge to collect money? Okay, you collect the money, that's fine. But who's in charge for the policy implementation? I don't hear anything from the Justice Department. I don't hear anything from the Information Ministry. And this is just bad. Bad. Can you imagine what the kind of confusion that's going on in Monrovia? How much more in the countryside? I feel bad for my mom and my old man there over there. They listen to ERBC, and the confusion is just ridiculous. These people supposed to be, at this point, supposed to continuously tell the Liberians how dangerous, how deadly the disease is. But because they don't believe in the kinds of information that is coming out of the government, they don't think this thing is dangerous. So in fact, they are even asking the government to give them up to 6 o'clock. If you explain to them how dangerous that disease is, they will be happy to go home 3 o'clock. If you explain to them there's no cure, they'll be happy. If you explain to them you get sick right now, even if you have money, Ghanaians will not take you into their country. Ivory Coast will not take you in. Sierra Leone will not. They will understand because they don't explain that. But here's the funny thing about this: the big shots themselves that got money, they better make sure this disease don't come to them, because there's no way they're going to leave and go on medical leave. Those countries are not accepting people. You want to run away to go to Ghana, you're going to have issues. Because Ghanaians will not allow you with a coronavirus to come to their city. This is not Ebola situation. And the sad thing is, the medical facilities in Liberia, this is some of the things that people have been saying for years and years. Prepare yourself for war in peacetime, because you never know. Here's where we are. The medical facility, the medical institution in Liberia has been neglected over the years. Everybody got money, party. Everybody got money. We're going to build roads, we build houses. And I feel bad because I'm one of those that push the road business anyway. But I think from what I'm seeing now, this is what I think the government should do, just what I'm doing here tonight. And say, let's put the road business aside for now. There was a guy today at work. He wrote something and sent it to everybody. And they have done an analysis that by the time this thing done, there will be population decrease in the world. So his question was, what good is it we continue to do engineering, building these roads when the population is going to be decreased? Who's going to utilize the road? If every population decrease, then what is the point? And I look at that and I said, wow, this guy's making sense. So I too, I'm going to eat crow. I would say the next time, if this thing finish, you don't concentrate on medical facility. You don't put some money into medicine business. Yeah, we can build road and something to be happy as an engineer. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, we need to. No, fine. Let him go ahead. I said, fine, we will do that as well. But let's concentrate mainly on medical facility and try to improve the life, because now I can see clearly in our eyes, we can see the border all around us closed. So those countries that have invested into their medical facility, they're doing well, and they will do well. Those who have neglected those facilities in the past will do worse. And I'm afraid Liberia might be one of those. But of course, we will continue to pray for one another. We'll continue to pray for one another. You have medical doctors, Liberian medical doctors all over here. These people must be contacted. Whether they cost your mouth, whether they cost your power, I don't care. If they know how to do this medicine business, contact them. Let them come out and train thousands and thousands and thousands of Liberians. Because these things, just a few years ago, 2014, we had Ebola. Six years later, look at it, what we have now, all over the world. You know what's going to come next? You know what next in line? And when there's the virus, when it happens, the sophisticated country that have where people, all the medical doctors all over the world running to come to the United States, they're confused. Okay? So I'm saying this should be a teachable moment for us. Now, if Dr. Weah and his people cannot see clearly and invite people who have the qualification to lead this process and make sure not many Liberians are dying or will die, then they will go down in history as being the worst government of all time. And it's possible. With all his popularity, if people start dying, you got 56 cases. 56 cases according to what we're being told. Out of that, you got what? 6 deaths? Do the math. So every 56, 6 die. Every 56, 6 die. Think about it. Well, I'm being ridiculous, but who knows? So people live. They say, don't kill anybody. Do you have the medical facility to be able to work with these patients that are going to be coming in flood of patients, overwhelm your facility? And on top of that, we're hearing the medical practitioners that are going to be putting their lives on the line for Liberian people like they did before during Ebola. Samuel told them that now you need to harmonize your salary. And when you harmonize your salary, you give it to the medical practitioner. Let them come to work. Double their salary. Pay them. You will eat later. But for now, let them eat. Let their stomach full before they can come and die, helping us. You sit, everybody sit there and ride, they sit in the houses, nice houses. Yes. You think you got a big bucket of hand sanitizer in front of your house. Anybody that come, they gotta wash your hand. You go, you know when you're gonna get that stuff. So these people, so this state of emergency has not worked well for our people. I'm going to be doing a lot of video here tonight. And those of you Liberians, the video that I'm going to be showing, most of you have seen, it's not going down well. And the funny thing for me and for many other people, political junkie like myself, when you take out the seriousness out of it and put on political shirt, then you laugh at CDC. Because the people that are being affected right now, most of them are supporters of CDC. Those are people, and here's the thing here, little politics here now, please. Those are people that the opposition have been trying to reach for years, and they can't get to them. Because they say, go up and come down. I want Ambassador Weir. Whether I die or not, I want Ambassador Weir. You will listen to some of them here this evening, young people. People that got nothing to work on except to do phone charging and download music, and then they get paid. You will hear two young kids. 2 young kids. And they are not alone. So let me go on. First thing. Okay. Here are the people that's charged, supposed to be in charge of this. And the reason I'm not yelling and screaming here tonight, because I'm dejected, to be honest with you. My spirit is down. Because I know what the virus is. I know what the capabilities of the virus is. And yet still our people are not being informed. These are the 2 people that are in charge. They're not bluffing time. This is roll up your sleeves. Mana Mirabra, she used to rolling her sleeves up. I don't know much about Fina Bono, but this is not bluffing time. This is serious business. It's a serious business. So the international community will give you money, but if people die, they will sooner or later they can say, but what do I mean? We're giving you X, Y, and who do you have to help? How are you doing this? And you're going to have to account for this money. Okay? Definitely, you will have to account for this money. Okay? So it's a very serious business. So let me go on my first video here, folks. The first video I'm going to be showing you here tonight. And this is the video that a lady going to tell us what's happening to her. Then at the end of that, another young man going to come up and tell us what and he's very smart. And here's the thing that I've really enjoyed about the media institution in Liberia, the KMTV, Spoon TV. I want to take up my hat today and say thank you guys. Thank you. You are giving us so much material. So much material. But you'll be careful how you're doing, because your life is also important to us. Those of you that are doing the video, we all love you guys. We enjoy the video you sent us. We thank you. But please take precaution for yourself, because your family depending on you as well. Just don't say because you want to show Liberia all over the world what is happening that you try to neglect your own safety. So let's be careful. But in the meantime, I want to thank you guys very much. Let's play this video, and then I'll come back with another video. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio.
So you are saying people, the police people wasting people market?
Wasting our market, we everything for us. On the feet. My son are building my family for the $100 going free.
So they say they're beating up for it.
They say I'm on the street. And they told us to be up. And they say beating up. And when they love for our being our son. We don't get problem with that. But at least when we find them, when we come to hustle, that is control. That is get our chance to buy our food. But now, Who won it now? We money to catch up all those of us.
What is going on?
I want to actually encourage Liberians to be law-abiding and respectful, to abide by the state of emergency declared by the President of Liberia, President George Weah, in order to take the preventive measure of the COVID-19. In so doing, I also want to give this special message to the security sector. Though the President has given the state of emergency with a time frame attached, we are seeing that the security sector, they are over-enforcing the state of emergency. Now, they are not even kidding, but we see security roaming on the street trying to beat people with rats and so forth. So I actually want to tell the security sector that yeah, they are doing their work to enforce the mandate of the president, but let them please be moderate with the citizens of Liberia. Yes, so that's what I actually wanted to
What is your own take about the day one process that have begun today with the gun security and responding from a citizen? Are they responding to the security?
Yes, actually some of us who know the importance of the state of emergency declaration, we are responding to it. Like for me, I've been at home since day, and I just make my way at the market to purchase food and go back home. And I also encourage my community and my family members to really correspond with this. But in so doing, the security, their movement in group on the street is actually terrifying the citizens. The security are trying to actually intensify the state of emergency declared by the president. So I'm actually sending this message to them. Coronavirus is not one battle. They shouldn't make it like to terrify or horrify the citizen in a way that people will go contrary in doing things. So to the citizens, to the security sector of Miami County, let them be please moderate with the citizen. Even if you get that condition, somebody be caught in time, you should have consideration on them. It's still beating on them, dragging on them, like what we have started experiencing early this morning.
There you have it. As a young man, closing it, what do you expect? And like I said, young Liberians are sophisticated nowadays. You can't pour wolf over their eyes. It doesn't matter where the person lives. Liberians all over the world, including those that back home, they continue to train themselves. They continue to train themselves. And you can't just get up. You can't just get up and say, "Oh, I gonna do." No, you heard the young man what he said. Okay, now another thing I just show you, Madam Mayor Bro and Madam Finambono here, who was in charge. They said, but now watch the confusion of implementing. You think if people who have the mindset of making sure that the implementation process was done correctly, you think you will have these kinds of confusion? No, I don't think so. But let's watch. I will take my time here tonight. I'm not going to rush it. I'll take my time, because some other video that I'm going to be playing for you, is unbelievable. People who supposed to know what is happening, it's unbelievable. In fact, the mayor of Painesville, she publicly stated that this is a common call. This is a mayor of Painesville City, where you have red light. She considered it common core. That means if she thinks it's a common core, she's not about ready to invest any kinds of dollar amount in it to inform the people of the dangers of this. She doesn't believe it's danger. I will play that for you as well. But let's see. Let's watch the confusion. Now the police spokesperson Carter would tell us they're going to ask him some questions. And he'll say, "Are you serious?" Because he doesn't think he doesn't even believe that. Okay, they have the scout boys in Liberia are now with the police joint security apparatus, and Liberians all over the world have been shown the article, the act that brought about joint security, and that's not true. The Boy Scout and even the city security, they're not mentioned in that. So I think Mr. Collar is correct. But let's watch how this is going to play out. Very confusing, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Let's watch this. Samson told LeBron Public Radio.
I heard that there are Boy Scout people trying to carry on and they are with the police. This is my point. They are with the police. Go to Baton, the bridge. They are there currently with the police. The Boy Scout currently, I can take this camera, we get on your vehicle, we go there, you're going to see them. They are with the police. If any of our officers are doing so, they are not acting in line with operational mandate. Only uniform police officers or members of the joint security are supposed to carry on this enforcement. City police, Boy Scout are out. Hello. City police is out. Of this job.
Okay. So you part of the Boy Scouts, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's the mandate you guys implementing here? Because you saw some of your folks from Fiamma, all through.
Yeah, actually, first of all, they call me Abraham Gaglan. Protecting the road and also people jumping from to and fro, and also staying in home, as the president said. So we don't want for anybody to leave their house and count the street to be passing around.
Yeah. So who gave you the mandate or the authority? Because we want to know whose authority you acting on.
Yeah, the president. First of all, he said job security. So we, of the job security, everything in this country, we need to be part of it. And we have to be part of it.
Part of the joint security.
Yes, sir.
So which agency you honor? Because the joint security is under the Ministry of Justice. So which one of the security the squad boss is for honor?
The same Ministry of Justice.
The same Ministry of Justice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your mandate is to get people off the street.
Yes, sir.
And all of that. So who else you work in unison with? Who are the people you can work with? You're working with the army, you're working with the police.
Yeah.
How you can do your patrol, you know? Because we see only few of you here. How you're doing it?
Yeah. Actually, we work with the AFL.
Okay.
The main people like the Red Army or the AFL and also yeah.
Alright, so the AFL and the so the way you're on your roadblock.
Yeah, we'll be here on 3-4 o'clock here. We just want for the whole street to be clean. We don't want leaving the house coming on the street.
So now I want to know what level of training you get to organize the crowd, because now I'm looking at few here and the people and things. If you go tell the people to move on the street, now what level of training you're using?
We don't we would like to pull out violence, but we will call and see how best for the AFL or the police to come and scatter them.
Oh, so you'll call the AFL?
Yeah, because when we telling them 2 days they to pull off our them because we don't have anything, their weapon on us, or only this ratting.
Use the ratting. Nowhere and use the ratting.
We can use the ratting. Okay. We use the ratting, but some people have different objects and they harm us.
So you can use the ratting on them. So that what today you use the ratting?
Yeah, we're using the ratting.
It's working for you?
It's working for us. And also we need something that will us, to prevent ourselves good.
So you're saying you're part of something that one. What do you else you need? Because you get a mask on, only other another get a mask on. And you're part of joint security, so why do we treating you like they got security?
Yeah. Mask. Because the NFL, they have masks, they have different things ourselves. But we here, we need all these things.
Yeah. So you are who next in the chain of command, because we see the police passing through their line to carry on all of that. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. One of the chief of staff. I remember that.
When your federation exactly bureau. Yeah. Why are you enforcing today? Oh, you feel where? What you are doing today? You are getting a motorcycle and all the street, or you are getting a motorcycle because they've been too high. Too high. Yeah. So how you are doing it?
No, you know, when I'm ready, but what you when you're shooting, I ready go home. If that says only walking the street, or 10 to go home, so I'm on the street.
So like, how about the other people that you're enforcing with the other people to work? Only motorcyclists you're enforcing.
Other people are walking the street now. Because I say I'm not walking the street, so we're telling them to go in the community, and, you know, no gathering, no snake gathering.
All right. So apart from the motorcyclists, you're also telling the other people who are on the street to move on there.
Yeah.
So which one of the security apparatus you're for on to?
We are security power.
What are your for on the police?
We are for the police.
You're for the police. So the way you're going rest now to now you go the police again to patrol?
Yeah, 9 o'clock we're going back by
so
9.
They told you 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
You'll go again.
Yeah,
so what are you using now? Because you're telling people to move on the street. What a deterrent measure you get to tell people to move on the street? What do you can use that? Only to tell them to move on the street?
Well, I'm right here, but let me run to the job. I can't my way.
Oh, like right you're using?
Yeah, let me
so you're working on which depot?
Every depot.
Yeah. So if you tell them to move on the street and I'm moving I don't think that when you can use the right thing.
Yeah.
All right. How many person you fly today too?
I'm flying nobody.
You fly nobody, eh? All right, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
He ain't flog anybody yet. This is I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to use description here tonight that might, because to be honest with you, this is a government duly elected, so I'm not going to try to trying to use description to describe the government behavior and things like that, but I will leave it up to you. I'll leave that up to you. But here we go. The Scout Boys of Liberia. And when I was in the Scout, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the call. To help other people at all time, to do my job physically strong. Oh, man, that other part, I know it because I'm from Toad Town. You see, I still remember that, okay? And so, but the scout, to be in a scout, I mean, your job is to help people, okay? It just reminds me about it. But this is not it. But I'll come back to that. So who's in charge? Why is these things getting out of hand like that? Who's in charge, folks? Who's in charge? I don't know. Once again, the government is telling us these two ladies are in charge, but I've not heard anything from them lately. They don't come. Maybe they have. Maybe you guys have seen them doing a press briefing. And I'm not saying they haven't done it, but I just have not seen it. Okay? If this is not the way things are supposed to be, let's change course. We're Liberians. What you will be embarrassed if you say, my man, they want to probably not working at changing different things. You're president. Who gonna say you won't embarrass? Your hair ain't fake anybody mouth. But if you try something that's not working, change it. Go with what is working. But you can't just keep going knowing fully what nothing is working. And so is his thing. This is not working. Just the opening of it. Think about it, folks. If this president and this government continue to produce these kinds of bad decision-making policy, and on the face of it, it's so sweet, so good for Liberian people. But then when you start digging on her, then you say, well, how did it get here? Okay? We have the interim loan. It was supposed to benefit us. Nothing. Because they didn't put in place other policy or other structure. The Burkina Faso deal. Nothing. The electricity bringing ship to Freeport. Nothing. The Senegali fishery supposed to come to Liberia and help. Nothing. The only few things that this government can say is that they build these addicts road in Monrovia, which is good. I appreciate that. I was involved in one of those anyway, so I appreciate that. But major impactful situation for Liberia is not happening. They came up and got rid of the Supreme Court justice, meaning Liberians are still upset. They came up and then they said, major one recently, they gave us a chairman for election commission that they themselves were so embarrassed. Why Dr. Weah continuing to rely on people giving him information that are not worthy of him and the Liberian people? For what reason? For what reason? When things are not working, you hear him saying anybody's mouth. When it's not working, you're president now. Instead, my man, get out of here. Don't support me next time. There are many Liberians that can fill the gap. If these people been with you for, and that's one of the problems. This is not a club. This is Liberia, a country. You can't say this man been my friend all along. He's been with me. He's been a good friend. Therefore, even if he's messing up, whatever it is, I will keep him. And he's not doing good for the country. You're still going to keep them. Bring those Liberians that can help you move the country forward. If you bring smart Liberians right now and they help you move this country forward, their name will not be on a paper. When the people are ready to give you accolades and stuff like that, they will not call the people name that they will call. But you continue to have these people from the time you came in. These people there's nothing major decision that has been made that Liberians are say yes. What are the for or against? Say yes. Look at the beautiful situation that you did. State of emergency to save Liberian lives. Look how those who are responsible to implement the policy, look how messy it turned out. And now you're going to come back for you to work with the people. They have no trust. Most of the trust is going to be evaporated by this messy stuff. And this is what pains some of us. Contact the Liberian medical practitioner. Do a SOS, whatever it is. Emergency. I don't care if you're a medical practitioner, but you cost my mom before. Come, I don't care. Come and let's do this thing, and let's help each other. At the end of the day, when the thing finish, when the coronavirus finish, you cost me moving from man. Man said, "Well, I help you, so what? I'll see you later." You're still president. Who will say something? And I'm being ridiculous here. But you can't put your own personal feeling ahead of these things. Folks, I'm going to be doing my show Wednesday. It's going to be some of the medical practitioners that I'm going to be talking about who I think supposed to come and help. Okay? Now, if you remember some time ago, the superintendent of Bond County told us who was running the country. Okay? Told us who was running the country. One of them was Jefferson Kochi. And I'll come to Jefferson Kochi here. Let me wrap this other one up. Okay? So they after the police spokesman when they said, look, and he said, we lying, let's go see. Let's go so you can see. So they went to the city police headquarters, and the press people were pressing both the city police and the gentleman himself, the city police and Mr. Carter, to say, what do you say now? What do you think? Who's actually supposed to be involved? And this is the scary moment here, to have the director of city police and the spokesperson for the city, the national police, having a discussion. Interesting. and you can tell that they're not quite on board with each other. Very embarrassing. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Let's listen to this one. Samson told LeBron Public Radio.
Chief, I'm coming, Chief. We came here specifically to disprove something. You said they are not part of the joint security. That is the question, and he's saying they are part of the enforcement. Okay. He said you guys are not part of. You guys are not part.
Hey, bro, the joint security task force comprised of the Liberia National Police.
I come in. I'm not. One minute. It is spelled out.
The city police,
I'm not a director for the country. I'm the director of the capital city of the country. You understand? And they state order from the president. I think the list
includes you.
Yeah, I think
the joint security spokesman is saying you are not part. That is why we came out.
Joint security.
How do you want to understand? I don't know where that be there. I'm not a politician. I'm a security man. And my promise to be in the city is to educate our people.
Police, all the police.
You understand?
Yes, Director, thank you very much. The reason is he said you are not part.
MCU should not be enforcing these measures.
No, you can say that.
Okay, that is our point. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Why this happening?
Hello. It's in Monrovia.
So we've already gotten what we wanted. We can go and
Thank you very much. We just came to get our clarity.
To observe the social distances. We are not here to make our people afraid.
Thank you very much.
At the end of the day, we're still serious people.
All right. So Mose, the state police just confirmed that they are part of the enforcement. They just confirmed. So is it that you did not tell us the truth? Can we establish that you did not tell us the truth? Yeah, you can take it off, Chief.
You just shot yourself in the leg.
Yes, I'm asking.
You shot yourself in the leg?
Just tell me.
You said the city police part of joint security.
You said they are not. I was asking, and he said they are. The commander in person who is on the camera, the director, Chief. I'm coming, Chief. We came here specifically to disprove something. You said they.
Folks, this is embarrassing. These are two people that are working at security area, but Mr. Carter is quite correct according to the papers that we've been looking at. But however, the city police work for Jefferson Kochi. Why did they didn't even look at the act? And this young man that you saw, the police, the director, you saw him there. He seemed to be an educated person. Why was it that he never paid attention to that part of the article that brought the national security together, that brought the joint security issue together? He worked for Jefferson Kochi. But because they have no regard whatsoever for those who are in charge of this. Because if you're going to do this, if the city police and the Boy Scout was supposed to be involved, perhaps they would have done better to ask Mary Bloch and Finambono to say, okay, you guys are at the tip of the spear here. This is what we want to do. Are we allowed? Or let Mary Bloch and Finambono go and invite the city mayor to say this is what we think we need to do. That's how people do it. But you can't go running to the president and say, oh, this is what we're going to do with the president. Oh yeah, I think that's a good idea. Then you having had a structure that he put in place, then you bypass the structure. And as a result, you're going to have issue. Liberia, you can't do anything on the ground anymore in Liberia. And Liberians are sophisticated. They will challenge you. Basically, what the press have done here is to challenge the system. Say, wait a minute. The book is the act that brought the joint security together is saying this. What is this here? Why are we having this kinds of stuff and people are being beaten? And the police spokesperson, who is also the spokesperson for the joint security, is now forced to defend the joint security based on the act that brought it together. By doing that, You put this young man who is a director of the city police on the bus. But they themselves threw themselves on the bus because they have no business without consulting the national police, consulting the Justice Department. They got no respect for any of those people. Jefferson Kochi said that's good for them. And that's wrong. That's wrong. This is not CDC party. This is Republic of Liberia. You have structure. Even though it's not a good structure, but you still have structure. You have functioning government. And for Jefferson Kochi and his police force to bypass that structure that the president announced to the entire world. Because if Finabono and Mary Bloch have approved of the activities of the people, they would have mentioned that. They said they will come out. That guy, that police director, is a very intelligent person, it seemed like. He probably will come and say, look, we already spoke with those that are in charge, and they have given us permission. Yes, my letter. Yes, the letter that invite us to be part of it from the Justice Department. And then the question will be, how come the police, the joint security spokesperson, don't have that letter? But because there was nothing, they were never invited. However, possibility, Jefferson Kochi go around to the president and say, I want to help. This is how we can help. The president think that will be good for him. Blue, go ahead. And it's turning out to be bad. It's turning out to be bad. And this is what I'm asking the president, those people that are responsible, to take a break and fall back. Then fall back, re-strategize, come back on the table and say, this is what we need to do. It's not late yet. People will die. They think the Mr. Carter and the police director, oh, that's not right. We're supposed to. People will die. The young police of the city police that are going out there to enforce the rule, they are not even being protected. And you're talking about disease that can be contracted through the air, just by close to somebody else who is infected. People will die. So even if the young people are not going to be, they're not going to die from the disease, they're going to end up in the hospital. And when they ended up in the hospital in numbers, hundreds, is the hospital in Monrovia capable of handling that? Then that's when the young people who think this disease can't hurt them, that's what's going to happen now. Because first of all, you're going to start asking for medication. And I don't know the quantity of drugs that are there in Liberia. But the way these people they roll out of this process is terrible. Terrible. It's terrible. Okay. So let's go on. Let me go on to a next video I'm going to be showing you, because this too is Liberia, folks. And I'm doing my best here tonight to show you these things. Not so much of me trying to degrade, but I'm pointing out things that I've seen. And perhaps the people that are going to be coming here and cussing me and saying those kinds, saying things about, you don't know this or you don't do this, they need to think twice. They need to think twice. Because this is not something that you can just sneeze at. Okay? Okay? Let me now go to the Boy Scout conclusion of the Boy Scout. Listen to this Boy Scout, their leadership. Very interesting. Very interesting. Because they came out and didn't pull punches. If you're a Boy Scout, we're not giving you permission. You shouldn't be out with the joint security, they said, because it's not your responsibility. Let's listen to these two gentlemen. Samson to LeBron Public Radio.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the Phone TV Live. My name is Leon C. Dice, and we are here with the President and Vice President of the Boys Court of Liberia. Welcome.
Thank you, the founder of Spoon TV. We are happy with this platform you provided for us. Thank you very much. I'm Omisi Johnson. I'm the president for the Boy Scouts of Liberia. I've come here along with my president, Anthony Jackson and Malu. And we've come here so that you can help us put some things in order since the commencement of the state of emergency announced by the governor of Liberia. Okay, the executive board of the Boy Scouts of Liberia was charged during the commencement of the state of emergency while preparing the special operation procedure for members of the Scouts in Liberia. Some of our members ventured into the streets, and we saw them on social media. We switched it. I am flocking to from the mining checkpoints, and we think that those actions were inimical to the values of the Scouting movement in the whole world. The Scouting movement is an educational youth movement. Yes, it is true that the Scouts can provide services during emergency and disaster time around the world, and those services are actually tied to crisis that Liberia is undergoing. It is international, and they say a huge public outcry. Scouts are not security personnel. Scouts are not military men. Scouts are not police. Scouts are not youth volunteers. We volunteer services. We fight as a matter of fact. Worldwide, our slogan says Scouts must do a good turn daily. That means before the day ends, at least the scouter must have provided some services to one or two persons before the day ends. So to go beyond what we saw being exhibited by some members of the Boy Scouts, that we denounce it, and we are wanting to use this medium to call on all members of the Boy Scouts of Liberia, especially in those counties that have been quarantined by the government, and those counties that the state of emergency has been enforced, to immediately leave the streets and return home and observe the COVID-19 precautionary measures that have been pronounced by the government of Liberia in partnership with the health workers.
Yeah, like you say, like we were shocking when we heard this, especially the bull. We have the means to regulate. We are responsible to do policy for the Boy Scout movement in Liberia, and seeing that this thing is affecting the entire world. It's not only even a country. So to see Boy Scouts be given the opportunity by national security to start doing joint security with them and the announcement or attitude of these guys. So the board is calling on the Boy Scouts in the 15 counties to recuse themselves, to immediately leave the streets, the various 8 streets and in Liberia here, to report to their various houses and remain there and take control of security activities. It is beyond our control. If any Boy Scout is seen on the street, I already arrest them and will deal with them in line. If they do any violation that may cause injury, then of course they will have their day in court.
Yeah, but
there you have it. There you have it. The Boy Scout himself. If these 2 gentlemen, if they are indeed the leader of the Scouts in Liberia, they just told us the behavior of the Scout was not approved. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law. No chicken inside, Mr. So we eat chicken. The law of the Scout is when you're hungry, you go in people's farm, you eat, you only take what you can eat. You can't take nothing else. If your stomach full, you don't take anything else. That's the rule. That's the rule. And the Scout among us will tell me this. Okay? The Scout business in total was not easy. It was not easy. One night, I know this is a very serious business, but let me just throw a little fun on this here. So, one night, our chief, they call him David, a guy from Nima County, very good. In fact, he helped some of us to be men, to be honest with you. Because some of us used to cry for mommy, mom, mine come from farm, yeah, I will eat. But when we got in the Scout, we started behaving like a man. So anyway, he took us walking, and we walked for almost a day and a half in the forest. I'd never been in that forest before in the whole of the time that I was in Totan. We went there. Guess what? We have one stick of mache. And then the mache we had, the stick, when you let it better catch fire. You ain't catch fire, you're done. We have rice. We ain't got no soup or no meat for soup. We got to hustle all that. But anyway, we went to the forest. And we put on the fire. And then the rain started. Ooh, it was not easy. The fire went out. So our parents in total, they were so concerned. They selected men, grown-up men, to come look for us in the forest. And they were yelling our names, looking, yelling. And as they got closer to us, by that time it was almost like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They got closer to us. They wanted to beat the girl, man. You can tell I was showing you what kind of scum is there. Oh my goodness, those are the days. What kind of scum is they can't tell I was showing way in the forest there. But by the time they got there, we have done cooking. The way we did it, the meat we found was porcupine. And the porcupine in the Buckaball Hill. True story, folks. In the Buckaball Hill, when it raining, the porcupine then go. So the guy told us to guide. You know, it was dangerous too, because snake can be in the Buckaball Hill. But we didn't care. We were scout. So he said, your guy, all this hole, this one here. I will throw the rock in the middle, and the porcupine don't gonna start running out. And for sure, he did that. And one of the porcupine killed, the other guy hit it and killed it. It was funny. It was funny total. But that was a scout. We didn't go beating people. But one time, though, there's another story. The president came by, told town, we stopped all the students. Of course, we ourselves were students, but we went home, changed our clothes, and we stopped the student because when the car passing, the guy were not slowing down, and the dust. So the student leader decided to dismiss the student. So we said, you can't do that. There's still car coming from Tapeta. The people are not slowing down. So he said he wasn't going to obey us. So they will say, okay, you're catching and tying. His brother was sergeant in the army in the barracks. So we grabbed the guy, one other guy they called Mose Willie. Yeah, man, those were tough guys. Mose Willie and this guy, they call him Thompson Moloba. I'll call name this one, I don't care. So Mose Willie, we would grab Thompson Moloba and tie him. So Thompson Moloba brother then went to the barrel and told their uncle, said, man, they finished catching your brother, tie him. Man, the guy came with his rifle all loaded with shot, with gun, bullet in the live bullet. Clap, clap. Oh, we scatter. We scattered. I took because I thought my mom was already. I took the phone real straight. I took off my necktie, my uniform, and put it all in the bed. I ran so bad, but it was, I stayed on the phone until late in the evening, and then by the time we came home, the situation was resolved. But that was total. I thought I'd throw that in there, folks. So, but that's what scouts supposed to do. You're supposed to protect people, okay? But let's go on by. So now, on a very serious note, okay? On a very serious note, we have this mayor of City of Monrovia, Mr. Cochin now. Remember, some time ago, he had the group of 6,000 Liberians that he's supposed to be putting up to do the emergency contact, okay? Contact tracing, 6,000 of it. So recently he went on air to try to explain that. Remember I told you guys some time ago when I was in Liberia, very serious now. I was in Liberia and I went to the CDC compound, and I was able to they work because I was, like I said, I was scared, petrified, to be honest with you, because I've been one of those here in the United States. The CDC was not disciplined, CDC cannot win no election, blah blah, all kinds. So I thought these people were watching. So when I went to the yard, my fear was they're gonna flock me here today, because who's gonna say anything to these people here, these young people? So I went in anyway, and they welcomed me. The security guard took me to his chief of security, put me in the middle of that there sycamore tree on there. And he said, take picture. While Monuba was talking, he said, take picture. Don't be afraid. Take picture. Because I have my LPR badge on me. He said, take picture. So I took a lot of pictures. And then after that, when I stood behind the rope, they have these kinds of, some sort of a circle. I was on the other side. So at the end, Modu, having recognized I was taking picture, I'm a journalist, so he came up to me after one other person. He said, okay, let me go to the papi, maybe he got questions. So he came up to me and I asked him the question. I said, how were you able to put your group together? Because I'm one of those that didn't believe that you guys were disciplined, but when the situation, with the court situation, you guys were able to stay calm and not do it. He said, Mr. Tor, we're not stupid. Before, these people used to provoke us, but now not anymore. We're gonna win the election. Why should we worry about it? Anyhow, after that situation, I decided I was gonna leave. Then the security chief who had given me the opportunity to go take care, he said, oh, you don't want to stay around. The youth leader is getting ready to come on air. To come and make his remark. But all along, I really never liked Jefferson Kochi's way of speaking. He take these adjectives together. Not that he's not educated, that's not what I'm saying, but he take these adjectives together, but just like you putting clothes together that don't even match, he just put them together and splash them up, and then people think he's educated. So I said, no, I don't want to hear him talking, because I never really gravitated towards his way of talking anyway. But fast forward, so Jefferson Kochi now is going to be interviewed about these people here. Now listen to how he's going to carry on the interview. The guy asking a simple question. He's going to come out with all these mumbo jumbo stuff that have nothing to do with anything for almost 10-15 minutes, and then at the end he decided to give us the information that the guy was asking. Let's watch this. Jefferson Kochi, Samson to LeBron Puerto. Okay. Let's watch Jefferson Kochi here. Samson to LeBron Puerto.
Honorable Mayor, I mean, there are concerns out there that probably the Monrovia City Corporation should not be in the business of carrying out. I mean, like we saw a post that the MCC has hired about 6,000 contact tracers. I think you even saw the story on our website, and that shouldn't be in your purview. These are not health workers, and they were previously trained health workers to do that. So why are you involved with this?
Well, you know, our country is a very strange place, and basically I think people here people have the culture of stereotypes. People, more especially once you occupy a space of an authority, automatically people think they arrogate unto themselves a tendency of anger. And even you as a journalist, when you become my friend, people think it's immoral, because authority in their mindset think that they are wrong people. They don't see it as a means alone. Everybody cannot be a particular place at a particular point in time. Some people are given a responsibility, and so we who are not in those positions at a particular point in time, the best we can do is to work with them and to ensure, because whatsoever that is done, whether it's negative, whether positive, it has the likelihood to affect the country as a whole. So I think the best we do is to be supportive of each other. But I think we have come along. It's kind of a very difficult. People think when you occupy a space, automatically you are an enemy, or either you are a criminal, or you're doing so much, or you don't deserve. It's with that culture of what you call personal hatred. We sitting here and they're so disingenuous. Some of us live in those countries, take like someone in America. They know fully well the rule of a mayor. Take for example, look in New York and see exactly the role the mayor is playing. I am a member of the Global Parliament of Mayors around the world, where you have New York, where you have Paris, you have Japan, Italy, everywhere. We in a Western group, and you get to understand the initiative. What is taking place here is directly in a city in which I preside over as the mayor of that city. If you ask me, the first thing that we must consider is the safety of our people. We must be involved in it. And people know there are perious people who sit where we are. They play actively, but apparently because it happened to be in Tamba, or it happened to be a Jefferson Cody, so automatically it is wrong. They will always find a way to discredit it, or because Ambassador Wia is the person now who is leading a fight to save his people. You dare come back and ask me. The first thing we did, like I said to you, we were engaged in consultation. We got a broad-based consultation where we ensured that we shifted the responsibility on the Liberian people themselves.
I mean, who were these consultations held with?
It was held with the community dwellers. You meet the community dwellers, you sensitize them. When we work with them, we have 1,300 community mobilizer and community communicators. Those 1,000 persons, what was their function? Their function, and it came by a cross-section of the people. They go to the community, sensitize the people for about getting involved in preventive measures so that they can be able to preserve them. And you know, the government is their government. That's what's the first one. That has been in motion for the past 2 weeks now. That measure have been involved in. The second aspect that has to do with, we also serve. We also serve and we follow all of countries and see what things are being done. We found that yes indeed cases escalated. What the people did for a community perspective. And to all of those people that we just mentioned with you with the civil service, those people were being trained by medical practitioners. Unless people decide to become political. But no, we try our possible best to depoliticize, because this is not politics. Like I said to my colleagues, a lot of the people, we first of all need to depoliticize this national crisis. We will always do politics, but we have to be alive. The people have to be safe before we engage into the quote-unquote usual political, shenanigans. So it says, let me just give you a comprehensive layout of our engagement.
Okay, because that's
a comprehensive layout of our engagement. I'll tell you first a range of 1,300 persons, which is currently where Madam Judy and Andy and our tax force have been actively involved. Not only that, we're only talking about the social distancing, we're not talking about community drainages, and getting involved in showing that people can or heard. So the 6,000, where people keep talking about and say, oh, 6,000, we have recruited 6,000, we have done. No.
Mayor.
In all of the mumbo jumbo he was telling us here, did you hear him call Mary Blonny or call any Finambono name, even though the government said that these are the people that are in charge? No, because Mayor Kochi believes he's in charge, and that belief can only come about based on the contact and based on his close relationship he had with the president. Simple as that. Because there's no way, you didn't hear him say we were invited. Even though the situation is in Monrovia, even though the situation is in the city. So if that's the case, you have to get yourself involved to say to those that are in charge, to say we want to be part of this process. He never explained that. He's only saying that these people were trained by medical practitioners. Who gave them that order? I thought the president said Mary Blood and Finambono were in charge. He didn't even mention that. He mentioned Judy Inley, who is the culture ambassador. What does that have to do with culture ambassador? What does that have to do with anything like that? But because his lack of respect for those that were asked to lead this effort, even in as much in the experience when it comes to the disease, as far as I'm concerned, they still deserve to be respected because they are the one in charge. But because Mayor Kochi believes he can do just about anything in that country, and that's it. And that's what I keep saying. I have nothing against him. I don't even know him. As far as I'm concerned, I know he's intelligent, but he need to go back to school because he will meet with people like Henry Costa. He's already tasted politics. He's not going to get out of it. So there will come time people like Henry Costa who will hear about the same age that they're going to meet, and they're going to eat his lunch. Okay, because the way he has carried out this policy right now, it is wrong. It is wrong. They asked him a question, and the question was, why you think that you have the means, or why do you want to be involved and try to do a contact tracing? He started saying, well, first he said all of these people that come out and criticize her, they're all based on politics. Then at the end, after he finished politicizing it, then he said, we don't want to politicize it. Hey, come on. This is just not the way it's supposed to be. Okay? Now, there's another interesting one here. I'm not going to play the other one where he talked about whatchamacallit. I'm going to leave that one for him. But this is the interesting one that I want you to listen to, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. There's a interview that was done with Pinzer Mayor. Okay? The Pinzer Mayor interviewed, there are two of them. All right? There's two of them. Okay, if I play this and it's not right, I'll take it out and put the other one on there quick. Okay, but let's listen. This is, I believe she's going to be explaining their policy. This is the mayor of the city of Pinzer. Listen to her. Listen to her. And then we'll come back to that. All right? Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Let's listen to the city mayor, city of Pinzer mayor. Okay, listen to this.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it. That's the right one.
Okay, today you here carrying a major criminal exercise. Can you just tell us what led to this action taken by the PCC?
We were here yesterday. We are here all the time. We are here all the time because of the influx of marketeers and also the consumers. It's difficult. We come with clean. Of course, when you have a concentration of over 30,000 people, it's very difficult to clean. We have been cleaning this area, but now with the state of emergency and the guidelines that have been put in place, this is the best time to clean up and clean up the red light area. Let people see that it can be done, and hopefully it can continue after this exercise. So we're here cleaning, we're here fumigating. This is not only the red light area. We're going to do it throughout Painesville.
So how long this exercise is expected to last?
Well, we get to where it's satisfactory, where we can clean up all the debris. We're hoping that some of the plastic is embedded in that one. We're not going to be able to do it. But whatever can be removed, we're going to remove it and we're going to fumigate. So I cannot say because on a normal exercise at the Kobacha market, sometimes it takes us 2 weeks just to clear the dirt. Sometimes it takes us a couple of days depending on how much concentration of garbage we have at the disposal site. So I cannot put a timeline, but we're going to be here until it's done. In the meantime, let me say something. In the meantime, our concentration is not only red light. We did LBS market, we did the long highway. And coming here, I just caught 2 persons dumping right where you all had cleaned Jeremiah. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good morning or good afternoon.
There you have it. That's the mayor of the city of Pinzer. Now, the next video that I'm going to be playing from the mayor, very disturbing. You heard this mayor, and you can tell that she's educated. You can tell that she knows it. But here's the lady. She's going to tell the Liberian people that this is a common cold. This virus that is killing people all over the world. For her, it's a common cold. Now, this is the lady that is in charge of a community. How now do you expect to hear that she will be able to disseminate information effectively to make sure that people take this virus serious when she herself consider this to be a common core, folks. This is for me, it was very disturbing. Very disturbing. I mean, you listen to this lady and you know she's educated. You know that she has the ability to speak truthfully, I hope. Okay? But let's listen to this. I think this is the one. Okay? She would tell us that this is a common core and we don't need to worry much about it. Are you serious? Are you serious, Madam Mayor? Are you serious? To say that this is a common core? Let's listen to this. Samson told LeBron Public Radio.
On this reign, and ensuring that you provide the leadership for your team. Tell us what do you have to say to the residents of Kingsfield, especially as we fight this COVID-19?
To the residents of Kingsfield, I just want to tell them that COVID-19 is real. I just got a message from the states and from the other people that farm over you passed away in the United States from coronavirus this morning. Coronavirus is nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing for people to think that it's a stigma. All this virus is very bad. What we call like fresh cold. That's all it is. If we don't take care, everybody is susceptible to getting this virus. It's a bad cold that gives you a hard time breathing. And some of the symptoms like malaria. Nobody should be afraid or embarrassed. Nobody should be afraid or embarrassed. That their loved ones they have contracted this virus. So we all need to spread this awareness. All it is a very bad fresh cold.
May I ask you, will the marketers be removed and to be sent to Omega Market? The Omega Market?
I cannot speak on that subject because the marketing association does have a body like real marketing association, so they will be the best ones to answer that. But we are working in conjunction and in collaboration with the LPR. So we're all sit at the table with the Internal Affairs Minister because we put in structures and we're trying to work on a platform to deal with the market here.
What do you have to say to the residents in terms of their cooperation?
I want to tell them thank you. I was pleasantly surprised yesterday and I'm pleasantly surprised today. Let's all do this collectively because together we can beat COVID-19 or the coronavirus. As I call it, the bad
Thank you, Thank you.
As I call it, the bad fresh coal. Is this fresh coal? This is a mayor of a city. Is it fresh coal? Is it fresh coal? So if you're going to be considering this disease that's killing people, fresh coal, by a case of malaria, if you're going to be, then you expect the people not to take it serious. Because they're going to think that this is like a fresh cold. I have gotten fresh cold before and gotten over it. I have gotten malaria before and gotten over it. This thing is nothing. So why do you expect these people to obey the rule? For what reason? For what reason? If the mayor I'm going to play that again. If this mayor going to call this fresh cold and by a case of malaria, then what are we up to? What exactly do we expect out of this state of emergency? This is nothing to be played with. But she's not taking it like that. Let's listen to her again, please.
This reign and ensuring that you provide the leadership for your team. Tell us what do you have to say to the residents of Kingsfield, especially as we fight this COVID-19?
To the residents of Kingsfield, I just want to tell them that COVID-19 is real. I just got a message from the states and from the other people that farm over you passed away in the United States from coronavirus this morning. The coronavirus coronavirus is nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing for people to think that it's a stigma. All this virus is very bad. What we call Liberia fresh cold. That's all it is. If we don't take care, everybody is susceptible to getting this virus. It's a bad cold that gives you a hard time breathing. And some of the symptoms are malaria-like. So nobody should be afraid or embarrassed. Nobody should be afraid or embarrassed that their loved ones or they have contracted this virus. We all need to spread this awareness. All there is a very bad fresh cold.
A very bad fresh cold, malaria-like. And these are people that you expect will be able to disseminate the information to our people. That's a case of concern. Okay? I'm not too sure from where she's making that kinds of pronouncement. I'm not too sure whether she have any kind of medical background. I'm not going to challenge that, but I'm just saying, if this is a bad fresh cold, and the people in the world are worrying about it, then they have some serious problem. Okay, they have some serious problem, because we still don't have whatchamacallit. So let me now play you the first video. Okay, this one here. Let me play this here. I got 2 more video to go. I mean, 1 more after this, because the reason I'm doing video tonight, I want you to hear it from the people on the ground. Now, these gentlemen, these young people, as I stated before, these are people that during the 2 months or so, or even a month, I think, or so ago, when CDC called, people like this were those that were. These are the people that attended that meeting, and these are the kinds of young people that the opposition has been trying their best to get hold of, and they're not able to. Let's listen to these young people, and that will open your eyes. And I hope the president and his team will look at these kinds of video. In fact, if I was involved, we will set a team up, because these things are all public knowledge. We will do public viewing. We will set a team up and compile all these video and put them together, so that the president or some of the high-ranking official will listen to what young Liberians in Monrovia are saying. Let's play this one. Samson to Liberian Public Radio.
Hello. How you doing? Your name? Emmanuel D12. You guys live around here? Oh, okay. All of you guys live around here? Oh, okay. So, what do you make of the situation today? The fact that the lockdown has been instituted, you guys are sitting home. How do you feel about it? Yeah, anybody can answer.
Every time. But now the situation is country government not prepared for the situation that it should have. Emergency down because we are the country that for the country that work. We are making business, then speed up our leadership, now making business, now expect us to survive.
So do you sell here?
Yes.
What do you sell?
I'm TJ. I download music, I chat, LPR for us to survive.
Okay.
So that situation we call him out to we are least to follow this time to set up plans. If I can say the 3 o'clock now also they will be that's for rent. The problem that the problem that we have with the president here, I want to go and recharge you. If I get the opportunity to talk to the president, I will tell you for one fact. Before he post state or emergency down, don't compare yourself to other countries that are prepared. Our economy is no high. Ain't getting it. Our economy is look at our economy. You don't have nothing to provide for the poor people who put in each year. They ain't talking about lockdown. For me, I get problem with the lockdown, but people are trying to hustle for 6 o'clock. Tell us we should leave the street, but we get time hustle. 1, 3 o'clock, I try to business or people they say, oh, money. So I expect all to survive. What is mechanism put in place? None of the security catching here because why they not even informed, they not prepared. You say blank should be open. You say business should be open. You say who is expect to go there? He say we should be like that. Who is expect to go there? He say we shouldn't be in the street. Money or money. Who is expect to be in the street? Why who is expect to be in the street? So you don't compare yourself with other countries because you look at the condition of your country. So that's the thing I got super proud of man. Okay. I got super proud of the president. I tell you.
Okay. So
that doesn't sound like a young man who is not informed. Listen to that. Listen to that. You say you're going to have a bank open. You say you're going to have clinics open. You say you're going to have all the other areas open. But yet still you say you haven't locked down. Who you expect to go to those places? Okay? Yes, the man. Yes, a young man. Young man. He said we put him in power. Okay? Let me play the last video, and I'll be done with the video business here tonight. Because these are things I want folks to listen to, because it's very important. This young man gave you information, and I bet you many people think like that. Many people think like that. Okay? If you're going to have this kind of lockdown, what do we have? What do we have? Why is it that with the people who are responsible are not able to carry on the function to help these people? You heard what he said. What are the mechanisms that you're putting in place? You're shutting them off. How do we eat? Especially right now, that means he doesn't want to go in the street to hustle. He doesn't want to go in the street to steal people, things like that. How do you expect young men like this to move around? You're supposed to have these things truly have people, policy makers be involved. I hope this is a teachable moment. I hope Dr. Weir and his team will look at these kinds of video and say, okay, this didn't go well. We're going to change course. We're going to try to improve things. Because they never had this kind of problem before, so I don't expect them to know right away that this is what's going to happen. No, you learn from your mistake. So let us agree that there was a huge mistake that was made. Let's listen to the other young man here, Samson Toe, and that will be the last video before we open the line.
No justice for now. For me, I get better. I don't want so I want we every time, every Sunday, I hear they nobody work, the name of the people, every time, we're not working. Then what they come here for to get money, and to get food, at least for them to eat. For example, for me, I get people better, I get my son, I'm not working today.
So you have a big belly and you have a son?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And I'm working, I expect my family to eat. Then for me to eat. If I'm not working today, I'm going to swimming, I put a post, family to eat. And I'm getting nothing, everybody should lie down. If they say, but it's here, short time, everything, 2,000, on hour to 9 o'clock, everybody get it. But now you tell us say, because get all the okay, not to worship. The president say we should lie down. 3 o'clock. Why is that for some of us that tell then we charge me and down so I expect for all to survive.
So if you had the opportunity to talk to the president, what would you tell him?
If I have opportunity to talk to the president for me, I would tell the president say, if anything you do, if you telling people say she laughed down, she laughed down, be prepared. If you look at the various area, you look at America, the Australia, you say people she laughed down, she prepare food for the poor to eat at the end of the day. But we say this now, president not tell you to do anything, you're right, anything, she laughed down. So why for me, why the president still like this? She laughed down. Get money, before they get a disease. The power now of government, your energy, somebody every month. For example, that means my rent won't so what? And I'm working now. I'm coming to spend me now to get money to pay rent. So I should bring my tea on the street, on the phone, my family.
All right, sir. Okay.
No justice for now.
There you have it. That's the last video of the night. And I hope that the folks that are responsible, Madam Mary Bro and Madam Finambono, will look at these videos and perhaps try to change course and make sure if Jefferson Kochi is going to be part of it, because this is his city, so he must play a part. That's okay, but he must play a part that will be given to him. He shouldn't carve out his own space. That is wrong, because the structure, the president told us who were going to be leading this. So I didn't hear Jefferson Kochi name. So why is he not coming up with the contact contact list or whatever they call them, and his city police are involved, working along with Boy Scout? This is just not right. This is not right. And so we will leave it there tonight. Now we'll definitely continue with these kinds of conversation. But as you can tell tonight, my voice is kind of a little bit low because I truly enjoy the pro-poor agenda, because some of the things that are in the pro-poor agenda are very good. One of those is building road. Of course, now with this kinds of eye-opener disease that open our eyes, I think I'll throw priority-wise, I think I'll put the medical institution, medical facility on the first on the list, and then I think I would do road second. But I think it's good to have that, and I will continue to insist. I don't know me insisting what they're going to do, but I will continue to insist that this government contact Liberian medical practitioners. You got tons of them all over the world, highly educated, highly qualified. They can help. Okay, let's just take, for example, you have all of these people that are talking about ventilator and things like that. If you get those kinds of things, like, bro, they require people to operate them. You think you're going to learn it overnight? No, you're going to have to invite people who can operate them and teach as you go along. So there are people here, Liberian medical practitioners, that work with these kinds of instruments that will be able to help you. You have to get involved. You have to contact, and forget about Mayor Kochi for a minute. Let Mayor Kochi, his concentration should be cleaning the city. Let him do the cleaning city business. Okay? So I will leave it as that tonight. Samson told LeBron Public, let me put my number up. Give me a call and see what I'm saying. If it's not right, that will be fine. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Give me a call. Let's hear what you have to offer here too as well. But I'm not quite in this one here tonight, to be honest with you. As usual, I'm all roar, but tonight it's not the roar stuff. People will die. People will die, and if we're not prepared, like the mayors of Painesville calling it common cold, fresh cold, malaria-like. Have she experienced that before? What from what perspective she's making these kinds of pronouncements? And that's kind of a little bit concerning, to be honest with you. Okay. So Mr. Soul. Oh, I said the beginner is so. What? I'm jealous of you, man. Anyway, give me a call, Samson. That's my number there, 916-533-2040. I'm not going to be here that long tonight. Give me a call. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Nathan Klein, calling from New Jersey, and there's a lot on my mind, but we'll call it short.
Thank you. You just have to lower your monitor. That will be helpful to us.
Let me do that. Okay. You see, something. This is elementary introduction to government. First of all, why is the president and his people running to security forces first? Besides running to the Ministry of Information, where they should do information dissemination, where they should announce to every tribe in the country before enforcing this citizen emergency, or however you call it, some people call it state or looting. Do you tell the Ministry of Information that have county-wide radio stations to announce to the people in every tribe that 5 days from now we are expecting this, and let everybody here in comply? Why are you going to do? It's so frustrating for a Boy Scout with no training to hold batting his head and say he's on the Ministry of Justice. The Boy Scout used to sit down to calculate chicken roll. And this, I said this the last time to Mr. Thompson, to a Congress soul, that these people, they are not cowboys. Those are people that were trained by CBC, and they are placing uniform on them. It's so disturbing that this president or the government here will not even listen to the people, will not even do publicity, will not even talk, and tell people to come. I think you try to lead the street. I think the coronavirus leads the street. I think so it's not touching to the point that they will take the water, to the point that Moses cattle any journalist to call their camera. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? And this is so disturbing that the country, you see people in the street, it's like 1990 is coming back. It's like people are running away. Yeah, the policemen that I saw today, one little fighting and face fight. How you maintain dignity where the government is the total breakdown, where they know the government first of all they must go back to the drawing board, because it's clear now that plan A has failed. Then it's plan B, then it comes from A to 8. What is what is your background in mobilization? What does she know? These things should include medical doctors, medical practitioners, administrators, people that will communicate to the people, tell them the real risk. Don't beat the people. How can be you a government? You owe civil servants. You have not paid them. They got no money. You tell them to sit down. How do you see themselves? I mean, what is this? What is this? And these people, they did civics, they did started, these people started operation for 12 years. They don't have any leadership skill. They for this your authority is limited to that of Mongolia. No more. For city police to say they are part of security of the security agency. Case of insult. Where the police, where the NSA, where the army? For city police. When we grew up, the only thing we need to do was to hold back in their head and not be a body. For them to have the absolute power. Because the president has empowered these people, but they don't know their own power. For peace, they sit in New York to look at this kind of thing and to come up through. If the come up through, so come up through, why are you beating in the street? for common food. You are an administrator. Why are you beating people for common food? Really? It is disturbing, it is shameful, it degrades the country, it is dragging the country to its knees. We're marketeers. I call a friend today that don't say the police people, they take the police and divide among themselves. They create panic among the people. And my fear is that this thing could be more disastrous than the COVID virus itself. There's got to be a better way for the president to go back to the drawing board, to call the people, to go every county, put it in their tribe, put it in their town and announce it, from total town to Grand Sense to people, Crown, Gribble, Mama, Pele, Dio, Crown. Let them know the importance of this. It's not a common food. People dying in the thousands. You see the peace rate and say common food? Really? Are you putting $7 million down for common food? I mean, how are you communicating with the people? So, I mean, I'm very disappointed. It's frustrating. Government will go out this kind of play poorly. Civil servants, they are not paid them. People selling their market and being run after by police. People are not living in fear than the virus itself. Look at the people that are saying these things that are enforcing law. The guy no mask. Did I say there are multiple? Did I say the same pack in front of people truck? Are they not transmitting it to the people? And what is this? How do we run the country in this manner? 17 next to us there be much better. Because it's better communication, not better racket. Don't beat the people. Don't do that in the country. October coming. 2023 coming, you go big, they will vote for you. And those times are coming. Your death or rest will not have the situation this time. Yeah? So,
okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Let us just continue to pray for our country and pray for one another, because I know these are very frustrating time for all of us. So it's difficult because we see here, those of us that are in the diaspora, you see how these people behave towards us. Right. And you expect our own people to behave towards their own brothers and sisters as well, but that's not happening. So let us continue to talk. But let's do it with let's continue to talk, but let's do it with respect, and we will be successful. Liberia is not going to remain like that forever. Just think about yourself.
Thank you very much for this platform. It's very informative.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this. It is very informative, and it brings it for people's voice. And they are prevented with the government. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Are you calling for the radio, or you want me to call you later, sir?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you can call me later.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, we're not going to say who that was. But anyhow, that's a live radio, folks. Okay. Anyway, give me a call here, Samson to LeBron Public Radio. I mean, this. I'm not going to be a lot long. If I don't hear now, then I'm going to be. Mr. Joyce, please get ready to wrap it up for us, so that we'll get out of here. It's on this Monday afternoon. I know people sit down, but these are all a reason for us to continue to enlighten our brothers and sisters when it comes to voting. Not that they wasted their vote. That's not my point. Far from it. I think their selection was based on what they believe in, and I respect them for that. However, if we continue to educate one another, for example, if the election in the House of Representatives, if those kinds of elections are done correctly, we'll be good. Yeah, Mr. George, thank you very much for joining us. Please wrap it up for us. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
Not too good. Not too good. We just.
I know. Well, I mean, I heard everything you said in your monologue, but this is true. And this is what I said from the beginning. And the other day, someone was challenging us, some of us, or challenge some of us that the city police is part of the joint security. City police have never been, except when you were born maybe outside Monrovia, you didn't grow in Monrovia. City police have never been part of joint security. City police has nothing to do with joint security. The joint security are comprises of fire service, NSA, defense, immigration, and the police. Those are the area, not city police. And it was appalling to see a spokesperson from the police, Moses Carter, behaving like this, like that. Appalling. And the director said, but it appears that these guys don't even know the demarcation or the function of these organizations. Because behind it looks like they appear to be. And sometimes when we talk to someone, they say we don't like the government. But when you got boys caught in the street, blocking roads, that some of it gave us a reflection of the 90s. Because that's how things were handled. Now, government come and now announce a policy. The security apparatus, it seemed like they were not even prepared. Because if they were prepared and knew the function, they would have just gone and cleared people from the street. And that's why I said the other day that people must sue the government. What the government did, they should sue the government. Because that people who are beaten, that's violation of the fundamental human rights. No offense for all the people who scar on them. I said that people should sue the government. Because you cannot continue to abuse people that are only in disguise of an emergency. That has nothing to do with it. Even the state police. Look at the actual from picture. And later the policeman got torso. What is the training that they're giving this police? What is the patience to exercise and restrain? What is the discipline they're giving these people? These officers are going to the street. They should be the last one to get in altercation with any civilian. They should always try to put down the tension. That is the responsibility of the police, but not to frame the situation. Now Jefferson Kochi, look at what Jefferson was explaining. The 6,000 men, they had to contract do this demarcation and blah 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 in the entire Maserati. Who told Jefferson Kochi that the city police controlled the entire Maserati? But what happened? I don't blame Jefferson Kochi. It goes back to Ellen Johnson's service then. Because the position of the city mayor of Monrovia is an elected position. It is an elected position. It's not a appointed position.
I remember.
But because
I remember when they have the election between Chuchu Hutton and Ibn Sawyer.
Ibn Sawyer. Well, in Monrovia, some all there.
Yeah, I was little, but I know I remember that one.
Yeah, and now we're at Davis.
At that time, they called Ibn Sawyer the broom to swoop.
The broom. Yeah. Then, but when Ellen Johnson came, she appointed Mary Bro. President William Akin appointed Joshua. And there's nobody, the lawmakers, the civil organization are not challenging the government to say, no, this is an appointed position, this is an elected position. It's not an appointed position. The Constitution is clear on that. But again, it's Liberia. But one of the questions I want to ask, where's the budget? The money comes from the pay these 6,000 men. Nobody has asked Jefferson Kochi, the money who provided the funds to train these 6,000 men, how much they're going to be paid, and where is the funds coming from? If it is coming from City Hall, let them know how this money is being generated by City Hall, because City Hall has been challenged all the time. Because if you do the simple mathematics, if you pay the guy 5 6,000 men, that's maybe 30,000 a month. If you say 10 for 60,000, 90,000. So where is the money coming from to pay these boys, these men that Jefferson Kochi has recruited? Where is the budget coming from? How the money was allocated? Is it from the city of Monrovia corporate, or is it coming from central government? All these things need to be spelled out. But because Jefferson Kochi is the son of the president, as they call him, he is taking this thing unilateral decision. He defines people that you cannot do anything to me.
Right.
This is what Jefferson is doing. Because he talk about health professional in the train these people. No. I just saw something that I think Yensua wrote. That during Ebola, they train people. They will send people to Ghana, some people in Georgia, all those they are trained. And he said these people are posted in the 15 countries, 93 districts through all Liberia, already trained. Why the government could not tap into that resource, that resources already there, and bring all these people on board? But because they want to please the partisan, they went out there now to recruit different people and leave all the trained professionals out there. These are the things. And they are using this virus to do some physical damage and economic harm to the people. Look at the things we say, they're breaking all the food market down, tables. The people have consultation with the people, the people consult them, and you breaking all these poor structure. We understand, if they are not supposed to be there, come and sit down, give them the opportunity, give them time, this time, you people should be in this area. So if this time you people don't leave, we can take this action and we will not be doing. But look what they're doing. In the absence of discussion holding talk with the people, the city is bringing them down. Then when they ask us, you say, well, we got to discuss that with the marketing association. But why didn't they discuss that before taking a decision? Look, these are fundamental things these people are doing. These are things they've been having a pipeline, but now they are using the coronavirus to get at these people. It is absolutely wrong. And it's appalling for her to refer to the COVID-19 as common cold. Are you really serious? Now you are authority, someone who in authority. If you're saying that, what do you expect the Yapa world that's sitting on the sidewalk to believe? They will believe it, but it's all the woman, she's the mayor, she's seen it. So any other person comes to say, move from here, the mayor can say that common cold water, but who are you to tell me it's not common cold? These people don't know maybe the words they say and the implication, the way it carries, probably they don't know. And they make this kind of statement in the public and not even come back and say, oh no, that was an error. This is what maybe I should have said. No, they don't come back to correct it. They just say right or wrong, they leave it with the public. And this is somehow undermining the process of this Ebola, coronavirus thing in Liberia, because there are mixed messages coming from people who are in authority. And when these mixed messages come in, then you create confusion within the minds of the people. Then it becomes challenge to those who want to do the right thing. And this is where we are caught up in. Look at the health system. The infrastructure is not there. Because all these things we talk about, you talk about ventilator, oxygen, all these things need electricity to run on. We don't know what the government has put in place. But all we know, there is a lockdown. Okay, we all agree. Lockdown, distance, isolation, these are all methods used to fight this virus. But what have you put in place? The first day of the roll, whole lot of mistakes. Whole lot of mistakes. So these are issues, but every time we talk, is that we don't like the government. But if the government is doing the right thing, we have to applaud him. But you cannot be doing the wrong thing, and so we all should be singing this song, hallelujah, hallelujah, when things are not going the right way. It was wrong the way they started the road is door up, and I think I was listening to some station today, there was a statement issued by Mary Broad, which again, I'm going to try to create some confusion again, because the statement issue, she named certain individual. But Finambono name was not mentioned on our list. Interesting. So the deputy director for GSA called in the program to say, oh no, Finambono is the one in charge of logistics and compliance. So the guy tried to push himself, but Finambono name was not mentioned anything by Mary Broad. And he said, well, what the president says is what stands. Libera is the overall coordinator, but Nabono is the one in charge of logistics. So we are from GSA. When we do all the logistics, it will go directly to Nabono. But apparently Libera did not mention her name on our list. So you can see there is some conflict. And even the director of the acting director of national health, the guy asked, you name one assistant minister from the department, why didn't you put the boss on board? He said, well, there was some integrated issue or whatever, so he cannot explain. But that's the reason the National Health Institute boss will not, the director will not put, but the two assistant, one of the assistant director to put him on the committee. So you can see already there is some thing going on with the announcement again. But just to close, I think we understand times are tough, and our people must do everything. If the virus is real, there is no vaccine. The only thing they can tell us: wash your hands, keep a distance, breathe in, put your elbow, and do those things that you think you can do to prevent you or harming other people. Because you don't know who is carrying the virus. Someone may be young, they might have a resistance, they have the virus, but they can transfer it to someone who have a weaker immune system. So that is the danger of it. So everybody should try to take this precaution. Do not listen to people say it's not real. It is real. Because it not hit you, or you have not been affected, or you don't, if you have it and your body can withstand the virus, it doesn't mean that it's not real. It is real. And I think the government should try to do something. The security apparatus is not working well. And that's one of the major problems in Liberia. We have come from war, and it was were never oriented. So the gossiping behavior in them, when they see things, they take advantage of it. And we have seen many posters on the table, and that doesn't occur well for the government. Because these things, all officers, you don't know the countries are looking at it. And that tomorrow they will tie it to Georgia government. But the government, security forces are misbehaving. And all these things can have a negative impact on the very government that they're trying to protect. So when they're doing things, let them try to organize it. Just take decision with great problems. And it is appalling, to I have not seen the Minister of Justice, who's supposed to be a chairman of joint security, to come out to give a speech to address the nation on so many issues. I mean, I'm not insult the Moses Carter. But man, look, I tell you, Moses Carter, his word doesn't carry weight. Seriously.
Not when it comes to Jefferson Coaching, that's for sure.
Yeah. So those days, when they used to say joint security, when we see people, the Minister of Justice, the Defense Minister, these people when they're speaking, people have to start to listen to the radio. But Moses Carter, what a voice, commanding voice he has. He said you're a spokesperson of joint security. Come on. What a briefing that you can have on to come up the bridge of Liberian people. What the step the security forces are taking. And the Minister of Justice is just this whole thing silent. It's like Jefferson Coaching, and they are the people now who running all this the show in Liberia. Mm-hmm. And it's just sad. I mean, just let me leave you. Because I can't take all the time for the people, but I just want to say to our people, the virus is real, and we should do everything to make sure we all stay safe. People in Liberia, you people don't have any equipment compared to the United States or Britain or other countries. Because it's every day now they say the virus, people, the number of cases going on in Liberia, and that's how it starts. And we don't have anything. We don't have anything there.
Thank you.
To do anything.
Thank you, Mr. Judge. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson to LeBron Public Radio. That's the voice of Mr. Amos Josh, who had just wrapped it up for here tonight. Thank you very much. I want to take the leave of you now and say thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. We ask you to join tomorrow's show, Mr. Soul Show, where he will give you some information. Hopefully, we will have some people reporting live from Liberia as well. So thank you. Thank you. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Soul for his leadership on LPR. Under his leadership, LPR is doing some wonderful thing. We're getting ready to splash ourselves in Liberia. There are the young people in Liberia that are continuing to report from all over the country on behalf of LPR as LPR journalists and things like that. We appreciate it. Mike Don, thank you very much for your leadership over there in Liberia. And we hope that we will do what we can here to make sure we support whatever it is that you guys are doing back home. Thank you very much, folks. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll say thank you. And good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio.
T'as Thomas et t'as des Jeanne. Mais le bon Dieu là, le bon Dieu là, voilà le bon ménage là, le bon Dieu là, le bon puissant Dieu là, le bon Dieu là, le bon second, on nous doit faire bien, ah non nous doit faire bien, allez Sylvie.
Suku ogere